What's good, people? So look, you know what we do. We randomly relate, reverse rant, no hate. So I already covered this, man, but let me reiterate, man, because people they hear you and they just don't seem to understand your point. Okay, and they love to chime in and put little messages like, you know, their messages seem like they don't understand you. Okay, we talked about Dylan Whyte and Breazeal. Let me reiterate this whole thing. If Breazeal and Dylan Whyte was to fight when the fight was supposed to happen, fine. They both only had one loss. And what do they have in common? They both lost to the same guy, Anthony Joshua. Now, here's the thing. Since the Anthony Joshua fight, Joshua's gotten better. Since the Dylan Whyte Anthony Joshua fight, Dylan Whyte's got better. Breazeal hasn't. He's went down. Let me say it again. The guy is a broken, battered, damaged fighter. He has no more spring in his legs whatsoever. He has lead in his shoes. He's slow as, I mean, fuck molasses, man. This dude, like, when he swings and punches, like, pause. Okay, slowly. Okay? It's like when he throws a punch, his opponent got time to say, oh, he's punching. Yeah, what you doing? Yeah, I'm good. Now, I'm in the middle of a fight. Yeah, this dude throwing a punch. I'm about to slip it in a minute, and I'll get back to you, all right? All right, cool. All right, slip. The guy is slow. He's uncoordinated. Sloppy feet, no movement. He's damaged. I say it again. His style of fighting, okay? He's been in dog fights. He's been in wars. He's not the same. Breazeal is a journeyman. He's damaged. It is a disservice to Dylan Whyte to put him in a fight with him now. Now, again, nobody said that this is sanctioned. It's just him, Breazeal, saying, I want to fight Dylan Whyte. I think Dylan Whyte should feel insulted, and if he was to accept this fight, he would face heavy criticism. Because here you are. First off, it makes no sense. You should be fighting for a title. I personally think that regardless, whether Tyson Fury wins or Deontay Wilder, I think they should have to fight. Either one of them should have to fight Dylan Whyte. I mean, what else does Dylan Whyte have to do, man? We know that Joshua can't fight him because Joshua, he beats Pulev, then he has Usyk. So again, where does it leave Dylan Whyte? And unless Dylan Whyte is fighting someone that has some credibility, that means something, he has nothing to fucking gain fighting Breazeal at this point. So why, I mean, if people want to watch that fight and see it, hey, fine. If they fought for free next door in my yard, man, hey, look, I have no interest in that fight, man. It has nothing. Breazeal has no belt, no title, no nothing. What? I mean, he has no credibility. What does he have to gain? 3 months or however long it's going to take him to train and get in shape to fight Breazeal. And then afterwards, then what? Another challenger, still no title fight. And the fact that I come to find out, I went to find out, wait, who did Breazeal fight? What happened? How did he become the mandatory in the first place? Because he beat Eric fucking Molina. Who the fuck? How the fuck was Eric Molina even? What has Eric Molina even done? Nobody's mentioned Eric Molina's name. The only time Eric Molina's name come up is when people are talking about he lost to both AJ and Wilder. Or who beat him up the worst, AJ or Wilder. That's who is talking about Eric Molina. So how is beating Eric Molina, how does that make you mandatory? It's the same way how, like I said about Berman Stavern in the last video. Berman Stavern got beat the first fight with Wilder. Disappeared for a couple of years, like 3 years, came back, had a bullshit fight, looked bad, got dropped, and all of a sudden, I mean, he got the decision. He looked terrible in that fight, and all of a sudden, he was the mandatory. Like, what is it with the WBC, man? Like, Wilder having this title is like, what? Like, it's just weird, man. It's weird, like, how they became his mandatories. Of all the fighters out there, him, but yet the one who's been mandatory but's overlooked and won't get his, just can't get his shot is Dillian Whyte. If I'm, look, me looking at it from the standpoint of everything that I see, and you come telling me, hey, man, what do you think about fighting Dominic Breazeal? At this point, I'm like, man, I'll smack the shit out of you. Don't you fucking insult me with that bullshit, man. Like I said, a guy like Dominic Breazeal, I could see him trying to say, hey, look, Wilder, we fought. You did what you had to do. I got knocked out. You just got knocked out. Or TKO'd. Okay? We both have something to prove. And I feel like I want a rematch with you. Even though I'm not interested in seeing that shit, it makes more sense to me. I mean, because for you to just call out Dillian Whyte, like, seriously. So, getting knocked the fuck out, give you the rite of passage to just say, hey, I want this guy. I don't knock him. But I'm saying, as far as me, from a standpoint of, I can understand Breazeal wanting to fight. But I could also understand Dillian Whyte laughing his ass off about the shit. Like, are you serious? And from a standpoint of an observer, a fan of fighting, wanting to see this shit, no. I don't want to see that shit. I don't know. I mean, even for people that think it's going to be an entertaining fight, it's like, are you looking at everything that goes into this shit? You motherfuckers always are talking about fighters ducking each other and we can't get the fights. Well, who the fuck wants this shit fight? Who the fuck really? Yo, Dominic Breazeal and Dillian Whyte fight. And who the fuck wants to see Breazeal? He's 34 fucking years old. He's not learning anything. Look, Canelo Alvarez said, fighting Floyd Mayweather made me a better fighter. You could see that shit, though. Anthony Joshua lost. Hey, you know what? I learned from this fight. I learned a lot. Look at what he did in the rematch. What the fuck have you seen Dominic Breazeal do to show you anything other than he's a fucking walking punching bag? I don't care to see this fight. Whoever wants to see it, fine. But I'm saying, with all things considered, it's a fucking service. This dude has been in line for the longest. It's like you go into a fucking supermarket, you get your groceries. How does the cashier get you in line, right? They take you based on the order you're in, right? Next, next. Now imagine you're next, but she go, wait, you stay. Okay, you next. Huh? Take that person. Wait. Next. Don't you want a fucking explanation? Wait, miss, why do you keep skipping over me going to, what are you doing? What's the fucking excuse that they have? And it's like, to support, even to think of supporting that fight is like, don't come talking about, oh, they've been doing Dillian Whyte dirty. But then as soon as they throw a piece of shit fight, put a piece of shit fight together, all of a sudden, oh yeah, man, but you know, Dillian Whyte, man, he deserves better. So why the fuck would you even want to support this fucking fight? Like, no, we don't want to see Dillian Whyte in Breazeal. We want to see Dillian Whyte. If he's not going to get his shot, and I think he should get his shot. But if he's not going to get his shot, then put him in there with another top 5 guy, man. Not no fucking Dominic Breazeal, man. I mean, come on. Give Dominic Breazeal, put him in there with Charles Martin, or Oscar Rivas, Helenius, Kalnaki. Put him in there with somebody like that. This dude is not, I don't understand how you get knocked the fuck out, and then you get to play eeny, meeny, miny, fucking mo with top prospects, and you know. That was my whole point on that whole situation. And I stand by what I said. Like I said, to each his own. If you want to go watch the fight, if you want to order the whatever, hey, it's your choice. But people like to just type these long-ass messages. We want another boxing channel, and people are just, oh, but I'd watch it because this, and Whyte deserves it. Whyte, right, listen at what the fuck you're saying. He deserves better. I agree with that shit. That's exactly my point. So why would you be supportive of a piece of shit junk fight that gets him no fucking where? If you went to go to work to punch in, right? And they said, hey, just so you know, before you punch in, okay? Or better yet, Let's say you went to go apply for a job. You went to go apply in one, and you had one job here, one place here, and this one said, just so you know, man, we're not paying you cash. Your first week, we'll just give you like bread and water. This other one goes, no, fuck that. We pay cash. But someone chooses for you and say, hey, man, why don't you take the bread and water gig? How supportive of that would you be? You're being cheated, right? You're being thrown some shit that you don't want. Exactly my fucking point. You cannot expect the sport. The sport is not going to look, man. It is what it is. But you keep talking about the ills of the sport and how they keep putting shit fights together, but as soon as your favorite fighter or one of the fighters you like name come up, yeah, I'd watch it. Okay. Stop complaining when they keep putting shit fights together. Because that man should have already, even if he lost to Wilder, if he would have lost to Fury or Joshua in the rematch, at least he got his shot. At least now you can say, hey, look, man, he got his shot, he lost. He has yet to get his shot. So what does it mean to be mandatory if you're not going to get what you need? Well, you know, you get the justification you need. He should be having a title fight. That's the whole point of what I was saying, and you guys can support what you want. It's not you have to answer to me. It's like I don't have to answer to you, but it's like learn to listen and pay attention before you start typing these long-ass messages about shit, trying to defend something like nobody's going against what. Look, between the two of them, I think Dillian Whyte would fuck him up. Okay? And he should, because the guy's damaged. But it's a shit fight, and it gets Dillian nowhere. It absolutely does nothing. The worst thing that could happen to Dillian is he take this fight and then he's not motivated by it because it's Dominic fucking Breazeal and he gets the upset. That shit could happen. But do I think that Breazeal actually will win? No. No. Not a focused Dominic Dillian Whyte. You know, but you can go in there unfocused. I don't see this being no good fight, man. I see Dillian Whyte fucking him up, man. Dominic Breazeal has nothing. He's damaged. And there's nothing else that he's added to his game. And he's 34 years old. And basically, he's been through wars. Whole thing is, it's a bullshit fight. I don't support the fight. If they put it together, that's on them. I won't even watch that shit, to be honest with you. And if I did, it would only just be to see how Dillian was looking. Because I mean, Dominic Breazeal speaks very well. He understands boxing, like the game and how it should be, what should be happening, he understands it. He can fucking convey that shit that he's trying to say in conversations very well. But he can't physically do it, man. It's like, he was always a better talker than he was a fighter. And it's a shit fight. Anyway, that's all I'm going to say on that. Catch y'all on the next one.